Thank you for tuning in to KPSU, Portland's college radio station. We've been broadcasting since 1994 on the Portland State campus, and we're streaming to you worldwide 24/7 at www.kpsu.org. I'm your host, DJ Rochelle. You are tuned into Live Fridays. Warming up behind me that you can probably hear is the wonderful band High Five Danger. They will be performing for you here in just a few minutes. I have to remind you, as always, that the views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily represent KPSU, Portland State University, or any of our participating affiliates. Listener discretion is advised. Okay, we've all been warned. Thank you again for tuning in to Live Fridays. I am going to play one of High Five Danger's songs that you can find on all streaming services, including Spotify and Bandcamp. The name of this song is Catalyst, after which I will introduce the band to play live for you here on Live Fridays. Here is Catalyst.
I thought we'd be alone. Oh, but tonight
Once again, DJ Rochelle here on KPSU Live Fridays. Thank you for tuning in. We have in the studio ready to perform for you here live the wonderful band High Five Danger. Here they are. Oh, so you have a little technical issue with your guitar there? Well, we have a guitar aficionado here who might come over and look at your guitar here in a sec. So she is in that booth. I'm going to direct you that way while we chat about other stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you, first of all, for being here. This is great.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it. I'm DJ Rochelle, your host of Live Fridays. How about we just do a quick round robin, everyone introduce themselves and what they're playing.
Yeah, I'm Jason Pillow. I play rhythm guitar and lead vocals.
I am Marco. I play the bass.
I'm Matthew. I'm the drummer in the band.
Thank you.
And I'm Ian. I play lead guitar when I have one.
So we're going to chat for a little bit. Well, actually, I'm going to ask you kind of a long question while I go chat with Ian and talk about what we're going to do as far as his guitar string goes. So I want you to tell us how you all met as a band and what the last couple of albums you've listened to are. So I'm going to have you each answer that question while I chat with Ian about his guitar string. Start with you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so Ian and I were roommates in, first we were dorm mates here at PSU, and then we were roommates. Then met Matt through friends. And then we needed a bass player, and Ian was in the music program with Marco.
Yeah, a lot of alumni around here.
Yeah. And that's how we became High Five Danger.
Yeah, that's the official story.
I am the only non-alumni and the least educated of everybody in the band, so that's fine.
Yeah, well, drummers don't need to be educated normally.
No, I hit drums like, Bam Bam, so it's all good. So yeah, we formed as a band, and we've been playing since, 2016?
Yeah.
And that was like our first show, so it's been like 7 years. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been playing since like 2015, but
that
was
was
the first show.
Yeah, I thought it was maybe even before that. But wait.
It might have been.
Wait, when did I dislocate my
When
shoulder?
did you break all of your bones?
I don't know.
We played our first show, and I was in a sling because
Yeah.
I had surgery on my shoulder.
Marco was our
Broken
bassist,
skateboarding.
but he played a keyboard instead.
So I played a synth bass with one hand instead.
Okay, and did you answer the last couple of albums you've been listening to?
No. Yesterday I was listening to Expert in a Dying Field by the Beth, which was really good. And I was kind of cruising Spotify looking for albums to try out. I've been listening to a lot of Phoebe Bridgers and Lucy Dacus.
I'm going to ask you to get up on the mic a little more.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Lacey Dacus. Yeah.
Thank you.
I listen to primarily Sound of Separation by Under Oath. It's my favorite album, my favorite band. Yeah, I listen to that a lot. I'm going to stick to it. Yes. Broken record.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, lately I've just been listening to like KMHD, jazz radio a lot. But
Shout out to them. Thank you.
Yeah, kind of an old record, but I got really into that Glassjaw record coloring book. Listened to that like 100 times. That was a pretty long time ago at this point. That's the last. Yeah, I mean, that was the last record I listened to like over and over and over again that I can think of.
Okay, what was the last album you actually purchased?
Oh, I actually purchased a CD from a local band at a show last night. This band, Mouth Breather.
Oh,
Kinda
nice.
Like a
I'm going to shout out them.
math rocky band.
They were on Live Fridays about a year ago, so shout out to Mouth Breather.
Yeah, they played a really good show last night.
They have really good high energy. Absolutely. Okay, what was the last album you purchased?
That was also a band we played with. What's that band from Texas?
Do you remember the name of the album you've been listening?
No.
No.
Oh, the like ska punky.
Yeah, the ska punky one.
Oh yeah. What were they
I don't know.
called?
It kind of
forget.
dies in my car drawer.
That's okay. All right. Same question to you. Last album you actually
Oh.
purchased. Sorry, go ahead. Now that you remember.
It's We Beastie.
We Beasties, that's
Yeah, We Beastie.
We Beasties.
And they're great. They're
Nice.
party rock.
Party rock from Texas. All right.
This wasn't a band we played with, but it was like a house show in the basement. Tumbleweed Wanderers from down in California. It was a really good album.
It's a great band name too. Tell me, how did you come up with your band name?
Well, we went through a lot of names, and Ian saw a sign that said High Fire Danger, and I misheard him. And I thought High Five Danger sounded great, so we stuck with it.
It felt good. It felt appropriate. It felt very, very good and appropriate. And we've had that same logo then for High Five Danger for the last 7 years, and I don't think I've changed the background of my phone screen since then.
Jason just kind of seems like the kind of guy who would high five you too hard, you know?
I think we're getting a
Big, just
little
like-
feedback in the monitor here. Just letting them know we're getting a little extra feedback in the monitor. If we can turn that down real quick. Sorry. Of course, this is how you know it's a live show. These things happen.
Oh, yeah.
Adjust on the fly. And just for those watching on our live stream from Sub Basement Studios, thank you for watching. And this is the logo they were talking about. I'm wearing the T-shirt here.
Yeah.
It's a modified T-shirt. I tend to cut shirts up and modify them. But anyway,
Yeah,
you.
it looks great.
thank you. And thanks for giving me the shirt. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
For those going to shows, do you have more of these shirts? What's the merch
We have
situation?
some more shirts. I think we are dwindling on the merch front, but it's time to order more.
You have a show coming up here fairly soon, yeah?
Yes, we have a show June 9th. June 9th at Hawthorne Hideaway.
Nice. What day of the week is that?
It's Friday.
Friday.
It's a Friday show, which is, good for a lot.
Right? So Friday at Hawthorne Hideaway. When people go to a show, what should they expect from a live performance and from a live show?
It's going to be loud, it's going to be raucous, and it's going to be fun.
What do you hope to get from the audience?
If we could just when I can sense that people are toned in or like dialed in and like listening, that's what you can stay, you can dance, whatever makes you feel good. There's like a feeling you get when you can tell the audience is engaged.
Right? It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You get that whole feedback. Well, hello, welcome back, Ian. So that's okay. So while we work on the missing string issue, I'm going to cue up another song off your Spotify. You want to tell me which song I should cue up and tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, wet paint.
Here, how about, can you tell us a little bit
Fire.
about that song?
What about Okay? That song is really okay.
All right, you can do okay. I want Wet Paint because that's the song that our bassist wrote, but it's whatever.
All right, tell us a little bit about Wet Paint.
Well, so Marco came up with a bass line and then started doing he starts off singing the song, so we always call it Marco's song because
Yeah, and then I just kind of did this spoken word nonsense mumbly thing, like different every single time, and then it kind of turned into what it is now.
it's a silly song, but I think it's good.
It's a fan favorite. It always gets requested.
All right.
Is it 2 cats? There's
So there's no real cats in this recording that they're about to hear, but
no animals were petted in the making of this song.
well, they might have been petted during the process, but not the actual recording. Good to know. All right, so I'm gonna cue up here Wet Paint. Thanks for tuning into Live Fridays.
All night, sometimes it's didn't think you'd have called. Now I'm all out of something, and I started feeling very small. It was out of my power. But he says, she says, she knows, getting drunk by the hour. Oh no, sitting here in my room, staring at the wall. The paint's still not dry yet. Who's that at my door? Could it be my mom or my best friend? Sorry, that intention. Sometimes it takes all night, all day, and I'm spilling on my face. Sometimes it takes all day.
And your practice space is too far away to go grab another guitar. So lesson learned. We're gonna have to stock guitar strings apparently. That's my that's my new plan now. So thank you, Ian, for that inspiration. Ian, of course, is one of those guys I can nerd out on music forever with because he's like a music dictionary, as you guys probably know, as his bandmates. So we're just going to take a minute, since I know there's anxiety happening right now, and change the focus here.
Music is the best cure.
Let's exactly, music is the cure. So we're just going to nerd out on music for a minute here and chat about it. While you were digging around for guitar strings, Ian, we were chatting about the last couple albums these guys listened to, and the first album they, or not first, but the last album they purchased. What was the last one you actually purchased? Like you haven't actually like bought an album from anyone?
Not in a while. It's tough. I honestly don't remember. It's been a while. I used to buy a lot more albums. My record player is not working properly these days, so I haven't been listening to records really. But I think the last one I can remember, last CD, it was a CD actually, I can remember buying was probably Olivia Aubrey's album. You know Olivia
nice.
Aubrey?
Yeah.
The local singer-songwriter. Yeah, her album, Dishonorable Harvest,
Nice.
which is great. She's very talented.
That's great. And then what's the last couple albums you listened to?
I've
Just-
been listening to the new album by The National, which is pretty great. They featured Taylor Swift on a song, and it's actually one of my favorite songs on the record. So I've been listening to that, and what was the other one?
Yeah, because National just put out a new album, and at least according to Spotify.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one.
That's
yeah,
the one?
called
It's the new one?
2 Pages of Frankenstein. is the
Ah,
name
okay.
of it. And honestly, I think I had the same answer last time I was here, maybe, which is Boy Genius.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still listening to that quite a bit.
Nice.
That's what I said.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah, and I also been revisiting Low, the band Low, who's awesome, because I was turning a friend of mine onto them, and then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot all these albums are amazing, and so yeah.
Nice. All right. So as I said, I like nerding out on gear, but there's also, before we went on air, we were talking about the fact that I kind of have this theory about musicians where they have this exterior of being super cool and rock stars, you know, but then when you start talking with them, you realize they're all either secretly or just honestly huge nerds themselves. And it seems like all of them are either into like anime or some sort of sci-fi movie or TV series or some variety therein of nerdiness. Like I know like the last musician I was chatting with, he's very into like IT coding and has like all like computer paraphernalia. Like that's his like merch that he wears most of the time is something to do with computers. You want to tell me, for each individual one of you here, we'll go around, just where your nerd flag is on this?
Yeah, I have many nerd flags. Tonight, though, I'm dungeon mastering a Dungeons and Dragons game, so
How long
it's pretty
is that?
nerdy.
How long has that campaign been going?
It's like a 3-year campaign now.
Started before COVID or
It
during
started
COVID?
during COVID. It was a
yeah.
COVID.
You still do it over Zoom.
Yep.
Well, not Zoom, but you know, same thing.
It's a good way to hang out with people.
Nice. All right, I'm going to turn to your bassist here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't do any of those like classic like video game sci-fi kind of nerd things. I guess the closest nerdy thing I do is like I like documentaries. I'll just watch like documentaries about mathematics and random physicists and stuff like that.
That's cool. Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson usually puts me to sleep every night, so good job. I'm going to hand this over to your drummer, since he's got the wonderful tank top that's already, and some of his tattoos that he can talk to us about.
I'm a pretty big self-proclaimed out nerd. I've got a tattoo of the Death Star on the back of my arm. I carry regularly in my car lightsabers that are like dueling capable. As Jason knows, because he goes right for the hands, you know, when you play with swords. He's one of those kids. It's the worst. I like flipping them around because they're really pretty. But, yeah, all kinds of things.
Tell people what's on your shirt.
Currently, I'm wearing a Deadpool riding a unicorn shirt. You know, I like all kinds of things. I'm repping St. John's. I got a nice tattoo of the St. John's Bridge, little stylized on my arm. Everyone usually enjoys it when they recognize it. Gets me a lot of respect up north, I tell you what. And those people roll deep.
I guess for me, it's video games mostly. Even though I'm not like good at them.
See, okay, I'm also going to throw out there's this misconception that in order to like something, you have to be good at it, and I completely disagree with that notion. I think it's okay to enjoy something and not be good at it.
I can't call myself a gamer because I don't have the skills really, and also I don't stay up like all night every night playing video games.
Wait, you're actually healthy and more. You mean you sleep and are healthy? What is that about?
But I've been playing video games all my life, like since I was a kid. We had a Nintendo, and then got all the new consoles as they came out usually. And right now I'm playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild because I never got around to it, and the new one just came out, and everyone's playing that, and I was like, well, I should play Breath of the Wild first. Because I that's the other thing is I never finish games. I either get bored with them or distracted by some other game coming out, and I just like switch to a different game.
I would just like to point out that you are the biggest cinephile nerd that I actually know. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's true. I don't know. It's the same as like music nerd. Like I don't think of it as like being a movie nerd as like a classic nerd.
Okay.
But I do. Yeah, I post,
you do blog about it, right?
I don't blog. I post lists. I post my lists of what I've been watching and my like ratings out of 5 stars. And I had used Letterboxd, and I rate and log every movie I watch. But I always tell people I could never be like a professional movie critic because I like most things. Like I'm very like I simultaneously think that The Shining is one of the greatest movies ever made, and I also think that Con Air is one of the greatest movies ever made for very different reasons.
All right, so those watching and thinking about rockstar coolness, if you're nerdy, you're not alone. It's okay. We do have, as part of our in-studio audience today, a wonderful guitar aficionado who is the fabulous host of Guitar Shop Radio here on KPSU, as well as she has a show on Freeform on weekends. Come on out. I'm going to introduce DJ Victrola here and hand her the mic so that she can ask some guitar questions.
Well, I wasn't going to do this, but okay. Sorry, I gotta. Here we are. And hello, Ian. So I noticed that's a lovely guitar you're cradling there that's missing an A string. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. It's a Gibson Epiphone. I'm trying to read that. Which one?
It's an
Epiphone?
Epiphone Sheraton 2.
It's lovely.
I bought it when I was in college here at PSU, studying jazz guitar, because I did not have a jazz guitar. I actually think I only had my acoustic at that time. I don't think I even had an electric guitar at all. But my guitar teacher was like, you should not be playing this music on a Martin DC X1E or whatever. It was an acoustic Martin, like, you know. And he was like, I have another student who's selling an Epiphone Sheraton 2. It's a great jazz guitar. And I bought it from him for like, I think like $400 or something, and rigged
It's
it
very
with
nice.
some
It's beautiful.
flat wound strings, and used those for years, even after I graduated and stopped playing as much jazz, or really any jazz. And then one day I was like, why am I still using flat wounds? And I switched back to like round wounds and was like, this is way easier to bend and do all the things that I do in rock bands. I had this idea that like flat wound strings would be like make my sound like unique, but the truth is they were just kind of like, if you're not playing jazz, it's kind of silly to use them. Or,
So,
other.
when you were playing jazz, what are your favorite jazz guitar pieces?
Pieces
Or
Oh.
pieces of music, or
No,
composers,
I
or
thought you were going to ask me
guitars.
who my favorite jazz guitarists.
well,
were.
yeah, you can answer that one
But
too.
my favorite jazz guitar song, like specifically, the one that comes to mind immediately is "Full House" by Wes Montgomery. I don't know if he wrote the song or just performed it, but you know that one, Marco? No. Anyways, I like that one. Wes Montgomery is one of my favorite jazz guitarists. I like Joe Pass. I like John McLaughlin. But yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any other like specific guitar compositions. But I have like my favorite standards and stuff.
Such as?
One of my favorite ballads is probably "My Foolish Heart." I love that song. I think it's beautiful. I also really like "Recuérdame" or "Remember Me" or whatever, which is not the song from Coco. It's a different one, but it's called. I think it's also called "Recuérdame" or something like that. Right, Marco? I keep looking at Marco. Marco and I were in the same jazz program at the same time, so. But
So
I don't know
you're
how
supposed to
much you-
remember everything, so yes.
I don't know that tune. I've heard of it.
Yeah, I can't remember who wrote it, but anyways.
So, Jason.
Oh, yes, Jason, I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
ignored
that's
your
fine.
guitar over there, and it's feeling lonely. That's a Fender. I know that.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me about your Fender.
So I've never actually bought an electric guitar. When we first started as a band, I was playing, I think it was one of Ian's old Fenders,
Probably,
and
yeah.
it was kind of bad. And then my friend Dan came to our show, and he liked our music, so he gave me this guitar.
That's a good friend.
Yeah.
Weren't you like doing work for him or something?
Well, there was it. He gave it to me, and then it turned into I did some work to earn it, and
yeah.
over time I eventually did pay for it, but that's
But not in money, just in
yeah,
exchange
just in
of
favors.
energy. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. No, it's a nice guitar.
Yeah.
Tell me about your guitar journey, just a little bit. Who are your favorites?
Well, so I started because I'd been listening. I played trumpet in high school, and I was in all the bands playing trumpet, and then I got to college. I didn't want to play trumpet anymore. So my dad had an old acoustic guitar that the neck was broken. I glued it back together.
Oh, I remember that guitar.
And that's sort of, I just sort of kept trying at it, trying to play the songs I like Beatles and Bob Dylan, and I just kept trying and trying until now I'm here with my own music, as I, worked my way up from not being able to do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So nice to see you, DJ Victrola. For those who are not aware, can you tell us what flat wound strings are as opposed to others?
I mean, I'm not technical enough to explain like technically what the difference is. It's just they're wound differently, and as far as how they like feel and play, they have a smoother. So you don't get this sound as much. I don't know if you can hear that, but like that scratchy sound of the strings, like as you're dragging your fingers across it, you get less of that. You know, when you do a slide, instead of it sounding like that, it's like it's a little. I mean, you still get some of that, but it's a little smoother. And then the tone is just kind of warmer, generally speaking. That's why, like jazz guitarists use it a lot. It's got that kind of warmer, kind of more like sort of bassy tone.
So for contrast, Jason, is your guitar a flat wound or not?
No.
No. So if you were to do those same things he just did, what sound would we be getting? Okay, so it is a little brighter.
Well, no, no, I don't have flat wounds anymore.
Oh, okay.
That's what none of us do.
Gotcha.
Sorry. I switched back.
Oh, way to confuse me.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that was like too much information. I didn't mean to overwhelm.
That's okay. I'm easily confused. It's all right.
Wait, I have an answer for this question.
Okay, let's hear it, Marco.
Yeah, flat wound strings are actually designed to prevent people from doing a pick slide, because it's very hard to just resist the urge to do one of those at the end of your solos. Like, and guitar players just couldn't stop doing that. But then eventually they're like, how are we going to get these guys to play in a jazz band if they're like right before freaking every bridge? So they had to innovate, and that's where they came from.
Oh, thanks, Marco.
I like that story, and I think you should stick with it.
Yeah.
Okay. We do have a little bit of time left. I think we can play one or two songs. Do you have any that do not require an A string?
There's a few we can play. We're going to play Juice.
All right, let's hear Juice.
Another heart attack, 'cause they're living it right, and I refuse. Got a feeling you're about to explode. Spend too much time in low power mode. Got a place for you on a load. It's a suit of happiness, full of love and madness. All you've been forgiving us living in juice. Remember the dream. There's the blood and the cream. Well, everybody's living when everybody's getting the good. Got a light bulb that's about to pop off. If you want, you can blow your top. But we got a program for you to pop up. And if you're tired, you can go take a nap. Because your deals there are pieces of crap, and now get with the times, go to rehab. The suit of happiness, full of love and madness. All you people forgiving us living the juice. You remember the dream, there's the blood in the cream. Well, everybody's living when everybody's getting the goose. They're at the right, there bears the strange fruit. They're at the right, that demands your salute. They're at the right, that wants your embrace. They're at the right, that needs your hate. They're at the right, that bears the strange fruit. They're at the right, that demands your salute. At the right, that wants your embrace. They're at the right, that needs your hate.
Woo! All right. Open. Here we go. I believe you're looking through your playlist now. Is that what you've got on your phone? Okay, so while Ian's scrolling there, I'm going to ask you to talk to me about where people can find your music.
Oh yeah, we're on Spotify, YouTube, all the streaming platforms, Tidal, Bandcamp, SoundCloud.
And what should they type in to find you?
I5 Danger. All spelled out. No
numbers.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. And then do you have any physical copies in any music stores?
No.
Okay.
But you can order our album physical copies on Bandcamp, and we'll mail them to you with a letter saying thank you.
If they happen to live locally, can they hit you up for hand delivery?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Just you can just type us a message through Bandcamp, or if you know me, you can text me.
Come to our show. We have them. We do carry some merch at our show. You know, we've got some buttons, some stickers. We've got
T-shirts.
albums left. We got some T-shirts, but we're gonna get in the studio here by the end of the year. So we're gonna get more. We're gonna diversify.
Things to look forward to. So for those who go to your next show on June, was it 5th, 6th?
June 9th.
June 9th. On June 9th at Hawthorne Hideaway, they'll be getting the last of the current merch stock, and then you'll be getting new stock. So it'll be kind of an exclusive thing if they buy it at that show.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so just letting you all know. And then where's the best place to find out about upcoming shows?
We're on Facebook and Instagram. Ian's usually managing it, but yeah, if you just tune into that, you can follow us, and we post shows there as they come up.
Great. And then for those who just want to ask you about maybe collaborating or want to order merch, what's the best place to contact you, like to message you?
You can. We have an email. It's hfdbooking@gmail.com. HFD like High Five Danger. And we're really on the spot about answering that.
That's great.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry, I was not paying attention because I was figuring
Wait,
out what
'cause
song
you're
we can play. What did you mention our show coming up?
Yeah.
We
Okay,
did
good,
mention,
good.
but if you want to plug
Let's say
it again,
June 9th at Hawthorne Hideaway with Izzy Cactus and shoot, what's his name? It's like a singer-songwriter. So I forgot.
was it Ray, if I remember right?
Ray Ottoboni? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm
Ray
excited to hear
Ottoboni.
him,
I
and,
have not heard
yeah.
him in a long time, but Ray Ottoboni has a beautiful voice.
Oh, you're familiar? Of course you are. Do you know Izzy
Awesome.
Cactus too?
I do not know Izzy Cactus, but I know Ray. See, I don't know
Anyways,
everyone.
Should be fun. And then, we're doing June 28th at Turn with the Familiar Names and Class M Planets. Both really, really fun.
Okay, and are either of those all ages shows? Or are they?
Good question. I know Turn sometimes I think does all ages before a certain time, but I don't know about this one. I don't think so.
Okay.
Sorry, all you minders out there.
Sorry, but that's okay. You are in a couple other bands that do occasionally have all ages shows. Do you want to? And I'm sure you're not the only one who's in multiple bands that is in this band. So
No, I think.
Oh,
right
really?
now, Marco used to have another band, and he kind of half does.
Yeah, I have a new project. We just dropped like our first couple singles.
But you
We're still working on a full lineup, but you can check out Castle Euphoria on
I
Instagram.
like that name. You
That's
should
fun.
plug your
I like that.
old project too, because they can still listen to it, right?
Oh yeah, I was a lead guitar dude in a
And
band
sing-
called
And lead singer.
and singer in Polar Bear Capitalist.
Yeah.
Another kind of, both of those are kind of like prog rock, metal
awesome.
kind of
nice.
Yeah.
thing.
That's a really good album, and Marco, I think, recorded and produced the whole thing, basically, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I like
It sounds
engineered it
really
all,
good,
and
yeah.
somebody
What-
else mixed it and all that.
Awesome.
What did you use? Were you using like GarageBand or something like that?
Just Logic, grown up garage band.
Nice.
And a 8-input Focusrite and some mics. About it.
So,
Very
Rochelle,
cool.
you'll have to have us on again soon so we can actually play all these new songs, but I just realized that we can't play any of the other new songs except Day Shift. And we can
Okay.
also do... Why don't we do
I don't know
Day
if we have
Shift?
time for two songs.
Well,
I
Day
know we
Shift
have
is
time
really
for
short.
one. Oh, okay.
I think we do Day Shift and then Graveyard. You guys down
Okay.
for that?
Because we've got less than 10 minutes, and I do want to make.
Can we remember Graveyard? We haven't played it in a while.
Before you go into it, can you do a quick station drop for me? Just high five danger listening to KPSU.
High five danger. You're listening to KPSU.
Wait, how about we all do one
There we go.
separately? Does that
Yeah,
work?
you do it.
Okay.
Sure.
Hey, this is Ian from High Five Danger, and you're listening to KPSU, Portland's College Radio.
Whoa,
Thank you.
that was good.
Hey, this is Jason from High Five Danger, and you're listening to KPSU.
Oh man, I know Marco wants to do it now.
Hey, this is Marco. We are High Five Danger, and this is KPSU.
Okay, let's see if you can top that.
This is Dipple, and you are listening to High Five Danger on KPSU.
I think you win.
Oh, way to pull out the NPR voice. Good job. Okay, so the song you're about to play, can you tell me a little bit about it?
Oh,
Day Shift.
Yeah.
This is me and Marco having fun. So this song is primarily just me and Marco having fun, and then we're raging about the fact that, day shift is always the worst, or night shift is. It's whatever shift you don't work
It's
on.
about
You know what I
dealing
mean?
with customers, or like working at customer service and dealing with people.
This
Or
song
Yeah,
really just came out of the riff.
yeah,
Which I would say anyone who deals with the general public has opinions about people generally.
how did we
that
come
you
up with
can't-
the hook? I'm not the right
So
person
I
to
was
ask.
playing the riff, and then Marco just started spouting out lyrics, and I was like, all right, that works.
and it was something about I don't even work here.
Yeah. And then we wrote and then I just turned that into the whole song.
Great. Okay, so we've got 7 minutes left, so we're going to hear Day Shift and maybe one more after
Yeah,
that.
maybe. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Let's
All
just
right,
play it.
let's hear it.
It's a loud set.
You don't love me. I'm not the right person to ask when you're in need of something. 'Cause I don't even work here. I'm not sure I'm the one. You call me crazy, I'm looking at you, I think you're lazy. Why don't you speak for yourself? Well, yeah, we were talking and I was sure we were vibing, but I guess you're too in love with yourself. Not the right person to ask when you're in need of something. 'Cause I don't even work here. I'm not sure I'm the one. that won't be fun.
What do you think? One more?
I think it's like a 3-minute song, probably. Okay. Thanks, Rochelle. Thanks, everybody who's listening. Thank you, KPSU. Sorry if I had a brief meltdown earlier.
I went to the graveyard, to my fascination, found it stabbing back. Yeah, I'll tell you that I wasn't far from all the machinations, visions of the past. And they'd ask me if I say, well, take a seat, if I believed. So I gave them a wicked smile. It was well received. Gave me a glass, no, I didn't have to ask, it was mine. What a wonderful day to rise and put another seed in. So pour yourself a glass of wine and let the demon sink back in. Deep in the graveyard, we sat around a fire of brimstone and ash, and instruments were strung and wired with meticulous ease and virtuosity, and it broke like the roar of a lion, it rattled my bones. It broke my soul, the fiddles they played in the cold. What a wonderful day to rise and put another seed in. So pour yourself a glass of wine and let the demon sink back in. What a wonderful day to rise and put another seed in. So pour yourself a glass of wine and let the demons sink back in.
Got 30 seconds left to quickly tell us once again where people could find your music and your upcoming shows. Go.
Yeah, you can find us on Spotify or anywhere else that you stream music. Also Bandcamp and Soundcloud. We're High Five Danger. We're playing June 9th at Hawthorne Hideaway. Please come out and check us out. Doors open at 8. And thank you so much to KPSU for having us.
Thank you so much for being here and putting on such a great show. We appreciate you.
Hi, this is Ty Siegel. You're listening to KPSU in Portland.